Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. VeChain, yeah, currently, in my opinion, at a very, very important tipping point here, similar to Bitcoin at the moment. I think Bitcoin is going to lead the way here. The thing is, at the moment, it's quite difficult generally to make a statement here because when Bitcoin is at a tipping point, where it is, for example, now, and I can quickly open the Bitcoin chart just to show how relevant that is, because Bitcoin is currently fighting around this very, very important 42.7k level. That is a very, very important one, highly relevant. We've been fighting around this now for a couple of days, and especially now, we were briefly below the 42.7. Now we're just above it, holding it for now, but it's a highly relevant level. And the thing is, if you see the price drop below that level, I think also VeChain is going to see a more significant drop, because then Bitcoin could drop down in the first instance here to that 41.8k level, 41.9. That what is that? The 50-day? Is it the 50-day moving average? Yep, that is the 50-day moving average. And yeah, if we drop even lower than that, lose that level, then you're going to come down here probably to 39.3k, which is the support level of that channel, and that would be a drop for the Bitcoin price of around 7 to 8%. Now, if you know the altcoins, for example VeChain, you will know that such a drop normally will be translated in a much more volatile price movement. Oh, that's not the right chart. Let's open the right one. So from here, let's say, okay, Bitcoin 8%, maybe 7 to 8%. What could that mean for VeChain? Potentially, in my opinion, anything between that 7% level, and that would take us here to 6.1 cents, all the way down to, maybe even here, the 50-day moving average on the VeChain chart, because this would be at 5.6 cents. That would be a 16% drop. However, if Bitcoin is turning around at the current level, then I think VeChain can push higher, and VeChain has the next resistance level here at 8.9 cents. And this is the 200-day moving average. So very, very critical level here. VeChain is currently getting squeezed a little bit between that 50-day moving average down here and the 200-day moving average up here. So as long as VeChain is below the 200-day moving average, I think it's going to get difficult for VeChain. We can count this here as, it's currently looking very much 3-wave like. You could maybe count it as a 5-wave move. That's how I showed you in the last video. But there was also a way where we can count it as a 1, 2, 3. This was a wave 4. And you can come down in that scenario all the way down to the wave 1, which is around 5.6 cents. But at the moment, this could still be a wave 4, and we would need to push higher in a wave 5. So this would be the way the price could go if Bitcoin finds support at that 42.7k level and pushes higher. And for VeChain, however, if this is supposed to be a wave 5, it needs to push, I would say, at least to, or at least close to the 10-cent level. That is where I would want to see VeChain go in a wave 5. So that would be very close to the previous highs here in the left-hand side. You can see that from the end of December. At the moment, really, really at a key decision point here. VeChain, pretty much like Bitcoin. Most other altcoins also waiting, hovering, waiting for Bitcoin's next move and how the market is deciding. So we have obviously moved up, are now coming down, lost from that peak already roughly 27%, and a lot of indecision going on here. So we talked about this descending wedge, descending triangle here. Now that did break out to the downside, and if we take a look at this, the price target for that, typically you take the height of the triangle and add it to the breakout point. And if we do it, it was a bit too long, to be honest, as you can see here. So make it a bit shorter. So we add it to the breakout point. That breakout can take us here to 6.5 cents pretty much, and we landed pretty much at 6.5 cents, slightly above that. But in this scenario here, on this occasion, this price target did work out. I'm pretty sure we talked about that in that video when I showed you the descending triangle. And so far it is hard to say at the moment, and we need to acknowledge that, right? In this whole downtrend, I was very specific to tell you that we're coming down lower. We defined the target area already back in November, end of November, the price did come perfectly into this target area. I think that was very accurate, and again, for me shows that fib levels work, because this is the area between that wave A low from July and the 88.7% Fibonacci level at, where is it, 3.3 cents, where typically in such a wave 2, in a second wave correction, the price of assets, or in this case of cryptocurrencies, is turning around. This was fantastic buying area, and again, the area where with the highest probability the price would turn around. Now it did turn around, but as I said before, I'm still skeptical. As long as we are not breaking above that 10.2 cent level, there is still a lot of downside potential, and possibly we can even deeper into the yellow target area, and we might even come lower and might even touch the 88.7% fib level at 3.3 cents. Now, all of that is still possible. I'm not telling you it will definitely happen, but as long as we are below this 10.2 cent level, this is still very, very likely. Yeah, the only thing we have done so far is to break out of the target area again, making a higher high, which is fine, yeah. But now it's the key decision. It's difficult at the moment because we're still below the 200-day moving average. So also 9 cent and 10.2. These are the key levels the price needs to get to. So at the moment, as you can see, just a bit of sideways movement. If we take a look on the indicators, yeah, where is it heading? What is sort of the momentum telling us? The momentum is currently telling us on the MACD, for example, on the daily, that it's going down. Yeah, the negative momentum is increasing, and also the RSI coming down. At the moment seems to be finding support at the 50 level, but if you lose that on the daily, good night, I think. Yeah, then we're coming down lower. The 2-day chart looks also under pressure. Yeah, the RSI came down very, very strongly, and also here the MACD is losing momentum. Now, very importantly, we don't have the third confirmation yet, which is the short signal on the ADX and DI. We don't have that on the 2-day chart. We don't have that on the daily chart. Yeah, so there that shows you the indecision in the market at the moment. But also here, the 4-day chart coming a bit under pressure on the MACD. Yeah, so the weekly still pushing up, indicating generally the higher level trend going up. But of course, if the 2-day, the 4-day come under pressure, and this could also then turn around the weekly chart again. Looking very short term here on the chart, what can we identify? So here we have a short signal on the ADX and DI, the RSI in the bearish range, generally showing negative momentum or downside potential. The MACD line still going down. Potentially the negative momentum is stopping or slowing down on the hourly, but it's not convincing. Yeah, it's still here. There isn't much coming to the upside. Yeah, it still looks very corrective. There is not a lot coming to the upside. I mean, look at how this move up looked like compared to what we're doing here at the moment. And even, I mean, it's an ugly one, but it might be classed as a head and shoulders pattern here with a neckline. Yeah, you can do it. Bit of an ugly one, to be honest, but from this point of view, just to really show you, what is important is this support here at pretty much 6.4, 6.5 cents, because this is eventually a neckline. Yeah, if you lose this level here, I think you can also drop quite hard down. And that's pretty much everything I can tell you about VeChain at the moment. I think we now need to wait for what the market is doing, what the market is deciding for Bitcoin especially. Yeah, very, very important. And yeah, that could play out, yeah, possibly here in the next few hours, or even overnight, depending on where you are. What is quite interesting though is just see that playing around with it a little bit. You know, could this count as a descending wedge? Personally, I don't think so. I think we're cutting here through a lot of different lines, but it's worth to keep an eye on it, because in the end, if it is a descending wedge, there is a probability it's going to break out to the upside eventually. Now, that doesn't mean it needs to do that today. It could even move down further in this sort of channel or descending wedge before we break out. I'll keep it on the chart. We'll keep a look at it. in the next few videos. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update about the VeChain. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.